Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the Random Grid Replica Championship on Project Cars 2. This is round 3, race 2 here at Hockenheim, and we're getting ready for a start in the Formula Renaults. So you can see the weather is very wet. SHAREfactory gets the Random Grid pole position, and off we go. Brilliant start by everyone as we go through the spray down towards the first corner. Let's see what happens here as we look towards midfield. When we go through the first corner, the camera loses sight of people already. And then we go through the first corner. I think everyone's through without any incidents. As we come down to the next corner, there's TY on the inside, Stevie's on the inside of Spapper, and we've got TY at the inside of Bradders. There he goes. And then further back, we've got Neil Farmack there with Arzadar Blade going around the outside. And then as everyone goes through, Bidzster to the back of the grid. So Bidzster again, another rubbish start from Bidzster. Not very good for that. Not very good for the championship, as well as Stevie and Spapper challenging each other down towards the hairpin. SHAREfactory in the lead then from Andrea in second. Spapper trying to go on the outside of Stevie, and so is TY as we go out the corner. And then, oh, Bradders bang! Hits TY in the side, and TY spun right round as the camera tries to get to him, and then just spun round and got back going. But we'll get a replay on that after the first lap as we go down to the next few corners. Then there's Stacker with Blakeney behind. That's a good little battle there as Arzadar Blake comes up to the back of Neil. Keith spun around the background. Keith's been hit. Keith's been hit round. So again, more contact at the back of Bidzster trying to get past Growly Bear here. So again, all playing out here. SHAREfactory in the lead then as he comes into the stadium. Then there's Spapper in third with... there's Spapper in third, trying to keep up with Stevie. As we look back here, we've got Neil Farmack, Footman, everyone else in a line. So what a hectic opening lap so far, and it's not over yet. As we look towards the last few corners, there goes Stack around the last few corners. There's Arzadar Blade. Blakeney goes wide, so does Arzadar a little bit as well. There's old Growly Bear goes wide. Bidzster's going to try and take advantage on the inside. And Bidzster gets the inside line as we go look at Neil Farmack in front. He's trying to get past someone as well. He goes through there. There's Bidzster. He's got through past Growly Bear. So all happened there. So we'll get some replays of that first lap action now. Okay, here's the replay on board with TY to see what happened at this corner down here. So watch into here, we go into the hairpin. With a look turn round, watch Brad as he comes in from there, takes his normal racing line, then bang, doesn't adapt to the inside, and then hits TY. Then they both end up facing each other, probably waving the fists and some other gestures. And TY spins the car round and then gets back going again. Okay, here's the replay. What happened to Keith then into these next corners? So he goes wide there, then we've got Footman behind him. And then Keith actually loses the car himself before even Footman hit him, so Footman could not avoid him there. Keith actually lost traction there and spun round himself. Footman in the wrong place at the wrong time. As we come back from that, we've got Bidzster and Growly Bear side by side into turn 2, and contact! Bidzster goes round and so does Growly. There's two cars into one. Didn't really work out very well, but we'll get a little replay on that as well. Okay, here's the replay on board with Growly. See what happens between him and Bidzster. So we're going down here, we've got an overrun on Bidzster. Down the inside, Bidzster turns in, but he's in plenty of room. Look at all the room that Growly's got on the inside, and still contact's made. And then they both rejoin. So as we come back from that, then SHAREfactory in the lead, but Andrea is right behind him. Andrea MGS behind him. I'll try and get you to say his proper full name. So Andrea MGS behind SHAREfactory. So SHAREfactory goes wide and gives Andrea a gift. Gives Andrea a gift, and then he goes straight through. And then Stevie there in third place. Andrea takes the lead. Andrea takes the lead from SHAREfactory, from Stevie. Spapper in fourth with Stacker hot on his heels. Neil Farmack, oh, Blakeney side by side. Oh, that looked close through there as we go down towards the next corner. Blakeney in the blue car on the inside. Neil Farmack trying to work his way around the outside. Oh, and he goes wide. Blakeney go up the inside. And then we've got Arzadar off in the background. Neil goes back up the inside into the next corner. As we go through this corner, they're all banging wheels. Bang, bang, bang. Have that. And Blakeney says, have that, sunshine. I'm going to get straight past you. And Footman says, wait for me, wait for me. Make a gap for me, teammate. Make a gap for me. But Neil says, no, there will no be. Neil says, there will be no gap. I will stay in this place. So he keeps the position for now. There's Bidzster in the background in the orange car trying to close up as we look back at Spapper and Stacker. Stacker's closing up to the back of Spapper here as we look back to the previous battle. Blakeney, Neil and Footman as we go down to the next few corners. Will Footman have a go on the inside here into this turn 2? No, he won't. He's going to wait it out, just try and get a good traction off the corner. Try and open the DRS at a good point as well. Bidzster, meanwhile, trying to get past RZR Blade here in the background. So Neil Farmack drawing alongside Footman. There's Bidzster and RZR coming down the straight side by side. As we look at the others into the next corner, Footman trying to defend from Neil Farmack as we go up the inside. Just about goes up the inside. Footman trying to go around the outside. And Neil Farmack gets the position. Meanwhile, Bidzster has passed RZR Blade on the inside and takes 9th position. So let's have a look back at Blakeney then. Blakeney's there in 6th place. There's Footman and Neil, they're still quite close. Oh, Blakeney goes wide. That leaves a gap for Footman, but Footman can't quite take advantage. Meanwhile, Spapper and Stacker are close, and Stacker's actually got Spapper into 4th place, so good move there. As we go looking back at Blakeney and Footman and co. So Blakeney and Footman now together after Neil makes a little mistake. So Blakeney and Footman, oh, Neil's made more of a mistake, he's gone off, and Bidzster followed him in the background. So both synchronised sliding there. As we look at Blakeney and Footman going through the little S's to the last 2 corners out of the stadium, across the start-finish line. Both have got decent pace. I don't think there'll be any team orders this early in the season, but watch this space, you never know. As RZR Blade back there with Bidzster. He's coming around the first corner. There's Bidzster coming around the first corner in the orange car. He's there. So Andrea then with a 3-second lead over Stevie in 2nd place. Good race here by Stevie as well. Cyrus has gone back a few positions from the start, but he should be happy with 3rd at the moment. Again, this is a 9-lap race, not a 10-lap race because of the weather conditions and due to the time. The wet weather races have a lap taken off as Footman has been passed by Neil. So we missed that, so Neil passes Footman. So we're going down towards the next hairpin. Will Footman try and fight back here, or Neil's even going to have a go at Blakeney, but no, thinks about it. But Blakeney's gone really wide, Neil's gone wide as well, and Footman, I think he hit him. Yeah, Footman hit him round. So Footman, RZR goes wide as well, so contact there. So again, we'll get some replays on that action. Okay, here's a replay what happened between Footman and Neil on lap 4 then. So we're coming down towards the hairpin. Watch this as we go into here. Neil goes deep on the brakes, so does Blake as we go onto the brakes, and we go try and go up the inside. Bang, contact's made. It was probably half Footman's fault and half aquaplaning, so we'll see what the stewards think of that. So as we come back from that then, Blakeney gets away from all that. Bidzster's up into 7th position now. RZR split Footman and Neil. He's there in 9th position, so a better run in this race for RZR Blade. As there's Growly Bear and TY further back. He had a horrible start at the beginning. Ended up getting spun round at the hairpin and then ended up spinning round again, so unlucky for TY there. As we look back at Blakeney and Bidzster then, Blakeney versus Bidzster. Bidzster looking one way, looking the other, trying to put pressure on Blakeney here. Trying to find a way around. He sticks to the inside, Blakeney sticks to the outside, but can't quite get a run through. Sometimes the outside line in a wet race is actually the quicker line due to the fact of being more water for the tyres to work. So we'll see what Bidzster's going to do here as we go out of this corner. Oh, Bidzster's lost the back end a little bit and makes a mistake, and Footman says, thank you very much, I will take that position. As RZR goes wide in the background. Growly Bear as well, having another decent fight with TY back here as well. As we look at Neil and RZR going through the first corner, there they go. As I think RZR went a bit wide there, yes he did, and Neil takes advantage. As we look at Growly Bear coming into the next corner, will he have a go at RZR Blade? No, he won't, he's going to wait behind. Meanwhile, down here we've got Stacker still in 4th, Spapper in 5th. Stacker doing a very good job here, a very consistent drive from Stacker, one of his best drives so far in LPB racing, so good on him so far. As Footman comes down to the next corner, and look in the background, we've got TY having a go at RZR Blade. Maybe RZR Blade misses breaking point, bang! Hits the back of Growly Bear and goes wide himself. Growly Bear goes wide, and TY tries to take advantage, but can't quite do it. As we go down towards the next corner, he gets advantage of RZR, but not Growly. So, one position made, but not the other. So we'll see how that goes later on, as Blakeney and then Bidzster and Footman side by side, just behind them. Very close battle there indeed, as Bidzster looks to the inside, into the next corner, he's on the inside line, into the next corner, into the stadium, and gets the position. Good move there from Bidzster as Footman gets put onto the curb and has a massive slide, but gets away with it. And now Bidzster attacking Blakeney straight away, not messing around, wants to get more positions. He's now attacking Blakeney from behind. As we go into the next corner, dives up the inside to the last corner. Beautiful move there from Bidzster. That's how it's done. Pop it out make a move. He obviously knew Blaney was vulnerable there from a few laps ago and goes straight through into 6th place as Footman now challenges his teammate for that 7th place. As we go out the first corner, runs wide over the curb, but still gets away with things as Growly Bear back here with Neil and TY. As we look at Footman and Blaney side by side, Footman goes through on the inside, so you've got to think, did Blaney brake early there and let Footman go? As we've got Neil Farmack closing on the back of these boys now. Growly Bear makes a mistake in the back, Footman's lost it. Footman's lost it, he's coming back across the track, and oh my god, it's happened already. Oh no. Oh wow, Footman makes a mistake and comes across the track and collects 2 cars, including his teammate. What a crash! As Neil gets going, Neil is just unlucky, he's just in the wrong place at the wrong time every single time. And then Footman gets going, sliding the car, trying to get going. What an incident! Wow, we'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay of that big incident on lap 6, on board with Neil. As we go down out of this corner, we go onto the power. Footman puts the DRS open too early, then comes back across the track, bang! Hits his teammate, and then we have nowhere to go as well. Just everyone goes off at the same time. There's Footman going backwards, and Blaney's around here somewhere as well. And they both hit each other again on the grass, and then they all get going. What an incident. And now let's have a look at the same incident, but from on board with Blaney. So we're going out of this corner, watch Footman. Goes out the corner, opens the DRS now, slides to the side, and then here we go, coming across, bang! Hits us right on the side, we go catapulting up, down, left, right. TY has to avoid us, and then Alcedar has to avoid us as well. And then we're just about trying to find a gear, and then the car resets itself, and there's Footman on the grass spinning round, and there's Neil recovering as well. Well, after we come back from the destruction derby of Formula Renault, we go back to Stacker in 5th place. He's obviously made a mistake somewhere. He's been passed by Spapper, so unlucky there. Goes down to 6th place, and look, Bidzster behind. He's closing up on him, so Bidzster is closing up on Stacker here. So Stacker, watch this space. As Neil Farmack then comes into the stadium, the little Mercedes arena section. Mercedes corner, and then around the back of the stadium. Into the stadium now, following Blaney round here as we look at Bidzster and Stacker. Then they're the two that are closest on track at the minute. So it's Bidzster versus Stacker. You think with the odds that Bidzster would get through, but we'll see if Stacker can put up a decent fight here as we go through the first corner. I think Stacker ran a bit wide as we've got a little battle back here. I think I saw a few places change. TY must be having problems, or TY's gone up a few positions, or something's happened. We've got Blaney and Neil back here as well, so they're still battling. Meanwhile, Bidzster and Stacker still having a good battle at it as well. Let's watch Blaney and Neil into the first corner. When the camera gets to them, there we go. They can see Neil's car, there's Blaney's car. Very close together, but still no cigar yet. As we go down to the next corner, Neil having a look at the inside, but no way through. Meanwhile, Bidzster and Stacker going down to the next corner. Bidzster dives up the inside, onto the inside line. Stacker gives him an acre of room. Bidzster loses it on power though. A rare mistake from Bidzster there. And Stacker says, haha, I run away. And he runs away. So Stacker keeps his position for now. But I'm sure Bidzster will be back fighting as we go down to the hairpin with Blaney and Neil. That looks a bit like an outbreak manoeuvre from Blaney. I think it was a bit, but Neil just gets carried away with the power and goes into the wall in his Formula Renault. Oh, and the Footman almost does the same thing. Very close stuff there. As Bidzster is now back on Stacker's case already. He's almost side by side with him. Stacker says no you don't, and goes on the grass before he brakes, practicing his rallycross. Into the stadium kink, or into the stadium hairpin and into the kinks. Through the little S-bend. And then Stacker goes wide. Bidzster has to think about it, but still no way through yet. As both scrambling for grip out of the corner. No way through yet. As we look at Neil Farmack and Footman, they're still having a good battle here for 11th and 12th positions respectively. But still Neil can't find a way through past Footman as Bidzster now catches up to the back of Stacker right behind him. Will he go for a move into the next corner, or will he wait for it? I don't think he's going to go for it yet. He's not quite close enough as we go out of this corner here. And out onto the straight. Into the draft. Let's have a look at TY and Growly. They've still got a decent gap between them. Let's check Neil and Footman as we go. They go through the first corner. And still no. Oh, Footman goes very wide onto the grass and then goes to the inside. Neil to the outside. Onto the brakes. Footman says no you don't. Sunshine defends. Neil says haha, cut back, and gets him, and Footman puts his power onto Williams. Spins anyway. So unlucky for Footman there. as Bidzster is now in front of Stacker. Bidzster's got past Stacker at the inside of the hairpin, and Bidzster goes in front of Stacker now, but runs wide again. Oh, it must be a jinx passing Stacker. Every time he passes him, he ends up making a mistake. Oh, Stacker must have some kind of curse on him, but Bidzster's not phased. He's fighting back straight away up the inside, but no, thinks twice about it. Stacker goes into the corner, still maintaining that 5th place. A brilliant drive here from Stacker, really showing that he's willing to tussle it out with the big boys up front as we go into the stadium section, at the last bit of the stadium section on the penultimate lap. Ready to start the last lap as Bidzster now looks up the inside. Stacker defends the inside out of that corner. Good defence there from Stacker as we go down to the next corner. Let's have a look into this first turn on the last lap of the race. Into turn 1. Stacker runs wide. Stacker's gone very wide and Bidzster goes through. Now will Bidzster make a mistake at this next corner, or will he actually get through scot-free this time? We'll see. As we go into this corner, Bidzster's going in and he's alright this time. It's the 3rd time lucky for Bidzster and gets it done. Meanwhile, Andrea MGS, known as Andrea leads the race. The Italian, he's a really popular guy. He's a really good driver as well, and he's proven himself to have the pace. Needs to have a bit more practice in his battles, but driven an absolutely fantastic race this time, Andrea has. We'll still just watch the last few battles as we'll wait for him to come across the line, as Neil and Footman have got a bit of a gap between them now, so not very close between them anymore. Bidzster is ahead of Stacker, but nowhere near the other one, Spapper. So Andrea MGS 18 comes around the last corner to take victory here at Hockenheim. Well done to Andrea MGS. Brilliant drive, he wins the race. Brilliant job. Stevie gets a well-deserved 2nd place. A good result for Stevie there. Well done to Stevie. Cyrex is going to come across the line in 3rd position after having pole position. He'll not be too disappointed with that. A good race for him. Well done to Cyrex. 3rd place. Spapper is going to come across the line in 4th, followed by Bidzster. So Bidzster was trying to catch, but it's going to be Spapper 4th, Bidzster 5th. Stacker with a really impressive effort here in 6th position. He crossed the line in 6th place. Growley come across the line in 7th. TY a frustrating 8th for TY. Couldn't really get the car to work round here. Arzadar Blade's going to actually finish the race, so well done to Arzadar. He finishes the race in 9th position. Well done to Arzadar. Blakeney and Neil at the last few corners, pushing each other across the line, literally, as Blakeney just gets Neil across the line. Really close finish there. Footman's gone all the way back to 12th. So Footman goes back to 12th. Unlucky for Footman there. Keith is going to come across the line in the unlucky 13th. Obviously not a fan of this car combination, so we'll see what he's like next time out. And Bradders, a very unlucky Bradders in 14th place, who rounds off the 14 contestants. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that one then. So Andrea wins that race in 1st position. Then it is Stevie in 2nd place. Cyrex finishes in 3rd. In 4th is Spapper. Bidzster an unlucky 5th there. And then Stacker in 6th place with a good battle there at the end. And then it's Growly Bear in 7th. TY finishes in 8th. Arzadar Blade actually finishes in 9th place. Blakeney finishes in 10th, then it's 11th for Neil. Footman is in 12th. Keith finishes in 13th, and Bradders rounds off the 14. So as we come back from those results then, there is your winner in the green Formula Renault car there, and Andrea MGS, known as Andrea. He wins the race. Brilliant, well done, bravissimo. And we'll see you guys for race 3 at Catalunya. Take care, guys.